Apple might not use Qualcomm in the iPhone 18 Pro. This could affect your upcoming 5G speeds. If Apple really does switch to its own C2 modem with the iPhone 18 Pro, it could finally be able to fully control how well 5G works. Reports say that Apple is going to make a lot of modifications to the iPhone 18 Pro models, which are slated to come out in the autumn of 2026. A recent rumor is that these phones might use Apple's C2 modem instead of Qualcomm's for 5G connectivity. 1. Apple might use its own cellular modem instead of Qualcomm's in the iPhone 18 Pro. Rumor has it also that Apple will replace the Qualcomm cellular modems in the iPhone 18 Pro with its own C2. That move might help Apple save money and give it more power. But it also puts pressure on the Cupertino tech giant to fix the C1's performance problems, especially the fact that it doesn't support 5G mmWave. It looks like Apple is set to become the ultimate control freak when it comes to its flagship phones. According to a report from Bloomberg, Apple plans to stop using Qualcomm's cellular modems. For years, the Cupertino tech behemoth has employed Qualcomm for cellular connectivity on iPhones. But, as you can undoubtedly guess, the corporation is looking for independence from external providers and has been working towards this goal for years now. Reportedly, the iPhone 18 Pro will be the first premium handset to feature the second generation of Apple's own modem for cellular communication, the C2 modem. The C2 is not the first Apple attempt at building an in-house modem for cellular connectivity. The first generation, the Apple C1, is in the iPhone 16e, Apple's mid-range phone. The C1 delivers basic cellular connectivity, but regrettably, it lacks several key functions that would be required for a Pro-branded iPhone. For one, the C1 offers efficient network performance, but lags behind Qualcomm's modems in several areas. On top of that, it doesn't support the super-fast 5G mmWave communication. mmWave 5G enables ultra-fast speed for 5G connectivity in urban locations. So, the Cupertino tech giant will have to move things to the next level with the C2 if it wants it to be good enough for the iPhone 18 Pro. The point is, the C2 will have to at least match what Qualcomm's modem delivers, or ideally even exceed it. Apparently, the shift to Apple's in-house modem won't be fast. First off, rumor has it that the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max will replace Qualcomm with Apple's modem. However, Apple will still be offering the iPhone 17, which has a Qualcomm modem. On top of that, the base iPhone 18 model may be postponed until 2027 if the claims about Apple's change in intentions about iPhone launches are accurate. It's also likely that the iPhone 17e is going to launch around the same time as the standard iPhone 18. There's also the second generation iPhone Air that may or may not happen next year. Right now, the iPhone Air is a part of the iPhone 17 series, but it's not obvious if Apple is intending to launch another slim chick phone next year. This pretty essentially indicates that you'll still have the choice to select an iPhone with Qualcomm's modem next year. But if Apple succeeds with the C2, that would reaffirm Apple's aim to produce everything in-house and not employ external vendors for major components in iPhones. I'm a big admirer of this method, honestly. I think the greatest method to attain the ultimate performance is to build and control all the components, hardware and software, of phones. This way, Apple can fine-tune the hardware and software to ensure everything is as efficient as possible while assuring seamless performance and power. So, I do hope Apple succeeds with the C2, and can't wait to see how it works. Next, 3 new colors are reported for the iPhone 18 Pro next year, and they're not Apple's normal choices. Apple's teams will be hard at work on the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max now that the iPhone 17 devices are out, and a new leak claims 3 additional colors are under consideration for the high-end iPhones next year. The leak comes from well-known tipster Instant Digital and claims that coffee, purple, and burgundy are the tones in contention, but those names come via Google Translate and may not be the final ones. We have seen a purplish iPhone previously, most recently with the iPhone 14, but the other two, a coffee brown and a dark red burgundy, seem to be new options for Apple. We don't receive any idea of what these hues will actually look like though. The insider goes on to add that there again won't be a normal black iPhone 18 Pro or iPhone 18 Pro Max, the same as this year. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are available in silver, cosmic orange, and deep blue. We haven't seen an excess of iPhone 18 leaks and rumors so yet, but that's to be anticipated as the 2025 flagship iPhones were only introduced in September. It seems likely we'll get the same 4 versions in 2026, plus the iPhone 17e. There has been chatter that Apple will alter up its launch timetable next year, so we may see the standard iPhone 18 and iPhone Air 2 come in March time, and then the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max versions making an appearance in September. The idea, of course, would be to shift more iPhones, and having these launches spread out across the year would attract more buyers into upgrading. According to unofficial sales data, the basic iPhone 17 is the best-selling of the 4 variants announced in September. Nothing will happen for a few months at least, and we can expect a few more rumors and leaks to pop up across that time, such as the one that states all 4 of the flagship 2026 iPhones are going to have the same amount of RAM. The iPhone 17 series was released in September 2025, but now speculations are starting to show up concerning the iPhone 18, Apple's 2026 iPhone. But even before the iPhone 17's arrival, the leakers were already discussing. Apple is supposed to alter things up with the release plan of its iPhones next year. A split launch may be happening, so the base iPhone 18 may appear in the spring of 2027. Meanwhile, according to sources in September next year, we're only going to see the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max and maybe Apple's first foldable iPhone. The iPhone 18 is likely to flaunt a new processor, as usual, which may be the A20 chip. Potentially, this may be a sock made on TSMC's 2nm technology, which would enhance its raw power as well as efficiency over the existing A19 that's in the iPhone 17. In the meanwhile, the design is expected to remain roughly the same. There are suggestions that the camera control button may get somewhat altered, but at this moment, it doesn't look like it's going abandoned by Apple. Of course, keep in mind that there are reports that it may be removed as well. As for the size, at this moment we predict a comparable size to the iPhone 17. Potentially the bezels around the screen may reduce a bit for a more immersive display. The camera system got updated with the iPhone 17, so don't expect anything huge in the camera department with the sequel. The iPhone 18 is expected to launch with iOS 27, which we've not had rumors or leaks about just yet. iOS 26 brought a big revamp along with the renaming of all Apple OS. There's the new liquid glass style and changes across the board, so perhaps iOS 27 is going to tweak that and not launch another new design. Apple Intelligence features have been behind the competition, and the context-aware Siri Apple teased for the iPhone 16 is yet to materialize. So we can hope that with the iPhone 18, we may see some substantial breakthroughs in this department. Nevertheless, Apple has chosen to prioritize privacy, and I'm quite on board with that approach. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more tech news and updates.